Good morning, year 4. Well, I know you're at home. However, we need to continue with our learning because probably next week you will have your Spanish test that you will do from home. So we are going to start revising some of the most important things we've been doing during the term, and we are going to start our lesson 12 now. Okay? Today, as I said, we are going to be revising la hora, cómo te llamas, números y colores, okay? And also feelings. So before we start the lesson, you need, let me tell you what you need. You need to have a pen or a pencil, and you need to have a book, ideally your Spanish book, but maybe you won't have it. So I'm sure you can use any book if you have any English maths book at home, you could use it. Or if not, you just need to have some paper and, as I said, your pen or a pencil. Okay? And we are going to start as every day by writing the date. Okay? So I am going to write today's date, but you will get this recording probably next week. So la fecha, the date, won't be correct. However, you should know by this time how to write the date correctly. So for me today, hoy es, I'm going to write here, viernes 11. So I don't know why it's doing viernes with capital letter. I'm going to correct it here because, as you know, we don't use capital letters for writing the date in Spanish. Viernes 11, and then 11, we don't use ordinal numbers, so no th. De. So the new month now is diciembre de 2020 o 2020, up to you. So this is the date. Hoy es viernes 11 de diciembre de 2020. Now, I would like you to repeat this, although I won't be able to listen to you, but still you will be practicing. So, hoy es viernes 11 de diciembre de 2020. Okay. Now, ¿qué tiempo hace hoy? So, for the weather, this is one thing that you will be asked as well in the test. You will be shown a picture and you will be asked ¿qué tiempo hace? And you will have to describe ¿qué tiempo hace in that picture? It will be a multiple choice question, so you will have to select the correct one. For me today, hoy hace, let me see, looking at the window, hoy está nublado y hace frío. Okay? And I'm going to make this in green because it looks nice. Hoy está nublado y hace frío. Now, ¿cómo estás? I'm going to write estoy contenta o calmada. I'm going to say estoy calmada. You know what that is. Now, what color? ¿De qué color está el monstruo cuando está calmado? ¿De qué color está el monstruo cuando está calmado? Verde. Muy bien. Y there is another question that I've written here for you because that's, of course, I'm not allowed to tell you the questions of the test, but this question is going to be the first one and I really want you to get it right. So this is a question that I'm going to be letting you know now that you will have in your test. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Now, how do we answer to this? ¿Cómo te llamas? Which means what's your name? So I'm going to answer me llamo Rosa. Of course, you will have a different answer. Now, when you do the test, if you are nervous and you don't remember very well the spelling of me llamo, so me llamo Rosa, that would be the correct answer. Perfect. But if you don't remember how to spell me llamo, just write your name when you see this question, and at least you will be showing that you understand what it means. Okay? Now, so we've got hoy es viernes 11 de diciembre de 2020. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? Hoy está nublado y hace frío. ¿Cómo estás? Estoy calmada. ¿Cómo te llamas? Me llamo Rosa. Now, remember you had this at the back of your book. We are going to just go through it quickly because I know most of you already know these things, but it's always good to revise. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? Hoy llueve, nieva, hay tormenta, hace sol, está nublado o está menos nublado, hace frío, hace calor. Okay, now, so if you're shown a picture like this, ¿qué tiempo hace hoy? You should know that this is hace sol, está nublado, llueve. We don't need this one, hace viento, remember, because it's windy, but we don't need it for this test. Maybe next term. Nieva, hay tormenta. Now I'm going to wait for 20 seconds. I want you to have a look at these pictures. I want you to try to memorize every picture with every weather. So I'm going to time it now, 20 seconds, 20 segundos. Okay, so by now you should have had time to read it, to memorize it. I'm going to be showing you this one, and I'm going to be asking you, see if you remember. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? In this picture, hace sol. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? Está nublado. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? Llueve. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? Nieva. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? Hay tormenta. Okay, so these are the right options for el tiempo. Muy bien. Now we are going to go on to these feelings. Now last week when we were in class, I know that at the back of the book you've got like this photocopy with so many different feelings that I don't expect you to know, but there are quite a few that you need to know. So last week we were working on 4 basic feelings. It was feliz, triste, asustado y enfadado. Okay, so now do you remember cómo está el monstruo cuando está amarillo? Now don't look, I mean these words here are nouns, they are not adjectives, and I'm looking for the adjective that describes how the person feels. So alegría would be like happiness, tristeza would be like sadness, enfado would be like anger. But I'm not looking for that word, I'm looking for an adjective. So, ¿cómo está el monstruo cuando está amarillo? Feliz. ¿Cómo está el monstruo cuando está azul? Triste. ¿Cómo está el monstruo cuando está rojo? Enfadado. ¿Cómo está el monstruo cuando está negro? Asustado. ¿Y cómo está el monstruo cuando está verde? Calmado. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to write these words here so you remember them. So cuando el monstruo está amarillo, está feliz. Okay, let me just get this in bigger letter. Feliz. Cuando el monstruo está amarillo, está feliz. Cuando el monstruo está azul, está triste. Cuando el monstruo está rojo, está enfadado. Cuando el monstruo está negro, está asustado. Y cuando el monstruo está verde, está calmado. Okay, so now you've got the words here and maybe you want to write these words. Let me make them bigger. And maybe you can draw a face for every one of these words. Okay? Feliz, triste, enfadado, asustado, calmado. Now you can pause the video and write and draw a face for every feeling. It doesn't have to be a piece of art, but now because you're at home, you have time so you can make nice faces, showing feliz, triste, enfadado, asustado, calmado. I'm going to add something else that I just forgot. Enfadada, if you are a girl. Asustada, if you are a girl. Y calmada, if you are a girl. Because we are talking about el monstruo. El monstruo is, I feel like it is masculine, like a boy. Then I'm using enfadado, asustado, calmado. But if you're talking about a girl, it would be enfadada, asustada, calmada. And then feliz and triste, they never change. So pause the video now and please draw the faces and label them, okay, so you remember. Okay, so I'm assuming now that you have already done your faces and you've labeled them with the right words. Now, another thing that I would like to revise is números. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the test. You will be shown a picture with a person showing feelings like a happy face or a sad face, feliz, triste, or enfadado, and you will have to choose the right option, okay, that describes that feeling. That's why we're working on this vocabulary. So now, números. I feel that we need to revise números because it's a long time since we don't do that. So first of all, we are going to go, sorry, I'm going to go on to this. We are going to go on to the números and we are going to revise them now. So we've got 0, 1, 2, and I want you to focus on the spelling of the word, okay? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Careful with 6 and 7 because they are always tricky. E, I, E. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now, in the test, you will be asked to identify different numbers. So I might give you numbers in numbers like this one, 9 and 15, and then you will have to check the boxes in where you have 9, 15, for instance. Also, you will have to do some additions, like if I say, if I write something like this, I'm going to use now, imagine, something like, so you need to know the result, it's equals 7, okay? So this type of things you need to know. So now what I want you to do is, I want you to write the numbers in 2 columns, like you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then second column, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, and what I want you to do, once you finish this, I want you to write the words for the numbers. Okay, so now you need to pause the video and do this in your books. When you finish, restart the video. Okay, so I am assuming now that you have already got these 2 columns with numbers. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to, no, this one. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to leave this on the screen and I want you to write the words for these numbers. If you can do it without having a look at the screen, that is fine. If you need to have a look, that is fine as well, because we are learning. but I want you to fill in that table with every number. Okay, so you pause the video now and you do this activity. Okay, so now, where is my, here. Now, once you have finished, I'm gonna show you what I was expecting, this one, and please, can you stop the video again, pause it, and make sure that you've got the right spelling. There are numbers that are always hard. I'm going to just highlight them in green. So you've got 6, 7, these are difficult because they have 2 vowels, 9, 15 might be a bit difficult as well. So I want you to check, and 20, I want you to, hola, I'm in school, so as you usually do, people come here and say hola. So these numbers, 6, 7, 9, 15, 20, please make sure that you have them correctly spelled, okay? All right, now another thing that I want to do is to remind you, or see if you remember, ¿cuándo decimos buenos días? When do we say buenos días? Por el día. ¿Cuándo decimos buenas tardes? Por la tarde. ¿Y cuándo decimos buenas noches? Por la noche. So this is when we say every of these greetings, okay? And you might be asked in the test as well. Next thing I wanted to do is, remember last week I gave you this paint, La persistencia de la memoria by Dalí. And I was telling you a little bit who Dalí was, okay? So he was a Spanish artist, a Spanish painter. He's not alive anymore. And he had a remarkable personality. See his funky mustache. And he drew many, he painted many different paints, but I chose this one, La persistencia de la memoria, also known as the melting clocks, because the clocks are like melting. Because I wanted to teach you about how to tell the time in Spanish. So I'm going to revise how to tell the time in Spanish now, and then we'll watch the video about Dalí. Okay? Now, this is how we ask what time is it in Spanish. We say, ¿qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es? And I would like you to write this sentence. Remember, question mark at the beginning, question mark at the end. ¿Qué hora es? Now, what I'm going to be teaching you is how to say it's 4 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock. It's hard for me to do this because I cannot write on the screen of my computer. So I'm going to teach you from here. So if I wanted, I'm going to make this a bit smaller so I can translate this into English. Don't worry, this is a bit okay. So if I want to say it's 2 o'clock, in Spanish, the way I would say it is son las 2 en punto. So it's always son las that is repeated, as here you repeat it's. So son las 2 en punto. So these two parts of the sentence are always, it's always the same. Instead of it's 2 o'clock, we would have son las 2 en punto. Now, if I wanted to say it's 3 o'clock, it would be son las 3 en punto, and so on. Okay? So I cannot be drawing hands in the clock, but I would like you to go through this. How we would say it's 4 o'clock, son las 4 en punto. It's 5 o'clock, son las 5 en punto. It's 6 o'clock, son las 6 en punto. It's 7 o'clock, son las 7 en punto. So it's always son las and then the hour, the number, and then en punto. Okay, and for the moment, this is what we are going to be learning. And now, finally, for the end of the lesson, I'm going to show you, we're going to watch the video about Salvador Dali, Dali on the Fly. We started watching this video last week, but we didn't have time, so I'm going to play it completely now. This is the video about two flies, grandfather and granddaughter, and they visit the Dali Museum in Spain. And the characters are two flies because you know that Dali was quite obsessed with flies and he loved flies, so we are going to watch it now.
Grandpa, are we there yet?
Yes! Gala, we are here. St. Petersburg, Florida, home to the Dali Museum.
Dali? Who's Dali?
Salvador Dali, the great Spanish artist famous for creating brilliantly, unusual, and amazingly creative art.
What does his art look like?
Hand-painted dreams. He's most famous for creating surreal art.
What is surreal?
Surreal means inspired by dreams. Seagull!
Look out!
Watch where you're flying!
Grandpa, is this a no-fly zone?
No. Dali loved flies. In fact, I knew Dali well. I was featured in his paintings.
You're famous?
Vamos, I'll show you what all the buzz is about.
And that is the Dali
There he
Museum.
is! The genius himself.
Dali has an awesome mustache, just like you.
He was a great artist, inspired by dreams, science, and even math.
I once had a dream about fractions. It was not a pretty picture.
Oh, God. When Dali learned something new about science or math, he would see it as a picture in his head.
It's a spiral. I love spirals.
And so did Dali. Follow me! There I am. Watch this.
Grandpa, it is you. You were so young. Tell me about this painting, Grandpa.
Dali was a master at creating double images. Do you see the statue of the woman?
I see a lot of statues.
Look at her waist. Do you see the button?
A white button?
Sí, excelente. Now, look up from the button. Do you see a man's face in the shadows of the statue?
I see him.
So this is the
Man
man,
is a
the
Spanish
man,
bullfighter,
a
the
tie,
corredor.
and a white shirt.
The white and green fabric become his tie and shirt, and over here the red fabric become his cape.
It does look like a dream. Is this surreal?
Parts of this painting are surreal, but Dali also used other styles in this painting: abstract, up, and cubism.
So many kinds of art. Did he always paint like this?
Everyone has to start somewhere. Let's look at one of Dali's first paintings. This is Dali's self-portrait.
Is that Dali?
Yes! He painted this when he was 14 years old. Even at such a young age, he was able to capture the light reflecting off the Mediterranean Sea. But how did he see himself?
Did he use a mirror?
Eres muy inteligente, niña. He used 3 mirrors to reflect this point of view using math and optics.
Show me more, Grandpa. Wow, where do I look first?
As with all art, look at the whole painting. Then let your eyes scan around. What do you see?
I see perfectly painted boats, a cabinet and bottle, a crutch? I see right through the woman's back, Grandpa. I don't get it.
The answer is in the title. The Weaning of Furniture Nutrition. Weaning is having something taken away and having to live without it. Like a baby that loses its pacifier. This is a painting of connected memories. Dali grew up on the coast of Spain and was cared for by his nanny Lucia.
It looks like the cabinet fits into Lucia, and the bottle and box fit in the cabinet. Why did he do that?
The memory of Lucia reminded Dali of the cabinet and the bottle that gave him nutrition. In this painting, the cabinet and bottle are part of her. This is surrealism.
What makes it surreal?
Techniques like dislocation, transformation, and juxtaposition.
What are you talking about?
Dislocation is placing objects where they don't belong.
Like a cabinet on the beach. That's different.
Transformation is turning something familiar into something unusual.
Like a lady with a hole in her back. Like that's normal.
Juxtaposition is putting things together that don't normally go together.
Like the crutch holding up Lucia. It's like his art is a puzzle you have to figure out.
Exactamente, mi niña. Now you are thinking. And that is exactly what Dali wanted.
Is it a hurricane? It looks like everything is flying around.
Not everything. Do you remember what I said inspired Dali?
Science, math, and dreams.
Bueno. Dali loved the idea of atoms. Atoms are tiny bits of matter that make up everything in the universe. Dali found it amazing that atoms are always in motion, but we can't see them moving. So in this still life painting, he captured what we can only imagine. This was his way of visualizing math and science. If you look closely, some things are in motion and some are not.
Grandpa, Dali was some kind of brainiac.
He also used math to create balance and harmony. Have you ever used a ruler to measure and find the center of a sheet of paper?
Duh, Grandpa.
Then you used math to make your art. Dali wanted his art to make you think, wonder, ask questions.
My brain is doing cartwheels. He must have painted this on a hot day. The clocks are melting.
On one evening, Dali saw cheese melting off the edge of a plate, and he thought, what if our clocks melted like cheese? The melting clock is a symbol that means time melts like a dream.
Tell me more.
The cheese was delicious, delicioso. Carla, do you think you could be a surrealist artist?
I already am. My art teacher had us make a collage by gluing pictures on paper. First, I measured the page to find the center. That's using math. Then I drew a beautiful sunset. I love sunsets. I glued hot air balloons floating out of her house. And doors floating in the sky. That's dislocation. I even put animal heads on people. And a lady's head on a bee. That's transformation.
Bravo, mi niña. You taught me something new. Anyone can be a surrealist artist.
Grandpa, the Dali Museum is amazing.
Excelente. There is only one, Salvador Dali. Hey, let's buzz the guard on the way out.
Oh, Grandpa.
Goodbye, old friend. Hasta pronto, amigo.
Dreams, science, and math inspired Dali. What inspires you and your art?
Okay, so this was Dali's museum, and I hope you enjoyed the video and that you liked it. And remember that you can always come to this site. You know this site, the one that we use in the classroom every day. You've got all the lessons here, and all the videos if you want to watch any of the videos that we watched in the class. So I'm waiting for him to, okay, for this to upload. And here in Temas para Aprender, you've got all the topics, so you can watch the videos, okay? And okay, I will probably see you, after Christmas, but you have to do the test first, okay? Let's see if you perform well. All the luck. See you after Christmas. Have a lovely time. Adios.